Hey, this is Big Rob. If you like this content, and I know that you do, please hit like or subscribe. Join the movement. Middle age, still single.
Hello, this is Mitch with Mass. Middle age, still single. Thank you for joining us. Today you're gonna listen to one of our favorite people, our family member that we've adopted. Her name is Kristi Hiller, and she's coming to you from Calgary. She's a skills coach, life coach, and she's going to be working with Nimo and I on a couple of things that we wanted to discuss with her. And she's going to help us through it, ask us questions, and give us some answers. And we hope you, if any of you have the same issues or concerns that Nemo and I are going to discuss today, then this will be really great for you. And if you know someone with this will be really good. So, Kristi, thank you for joining us. Nemo, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's always good to see you. Kristi, how was your day today?
Great day, and it's great to see you guys. We missed one because of technology last week, so I'm
Yeah,
excited to. And you guys, this is your first session with me, so
yeah,
excited to
yeah.
see.
It's been a while. We're overdue.
Yeah, where does this?
Yeah.
Where are we going? I don't know. I'm so excited. So yeah, let's go.
Okay, so how would you like to start? Do you want to set up the questions? You want to tell people what you do? Real quick intro, and then Nemo, you want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go
Lots of
first. I'll
questions.
go first.
Okay, well, Kristi, real quick, what is it that you do for, and get started with Nemo.
Okay. Well, I am a life coach for men in particular, because I believe that it's time for men to have a safe place where they can actually work through some of their struggles. I mean, hey, we're all human. I'm not better than anyone. I still am in the game. I'm in the arena, like Brene Brown says, like getting marred and scarred. But I have learned that with a lot of extra skills and the sharpening of those skills, life becomes easier. So I just provide a space for men, and culture's changing. So we all have work to do, and let's do our best to do our best, be our best, while we realize there's nothing wrong with us. You know,
If there's men out there like me, they want to hear this, and
right?
and they're ready to hear it if they weren't before. So, Nemo, what would you like to discuss today about yourself?
Well,
That's a
wait. I'll
Oh,
just start.
yeah,
I'll just start out softly with a
sure.
little bit of, okay, Nemo, first, thank you for being courageous enough to share some of your heart with us, because that does take courage to ask for help. I mean, we all need it. Hey, we all need it. We all know the friend that needs it too. But not
yeah,
all people will ask. So,
yeah.
you know what? Thank you for being honest and sharing with me. So just to give it context, here I am. You know, what can I help you with today? It's not like, what would you like, what am I here for you? Where do you need some guidance or what do you want to talk about?
Well, Kristen, I'm a broken man. Just to start off, just to let you know, I am just a little bit of my history for the past 9 to 10 years. My career has been everything to me. I've just completely focused my entire. I mean, failure was not an option. So I don't know. I mean, relationship was not part of my vocabulary for the past 9 to 10 years. So for the past year and a half or so, when I started traveling, and I meet some of these guys, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to settle down to find that special person. But at the same time, I feel like I don't have. I don't know if it's confidence. I just don't feel like I have the tools necessary to be able to, I don't know, please a partner or make somebody happy. Sometimes I feel like I do, but sometimes I just feel like I don't. It's just like it's been 10 years and I'm trying to get back into it, and there's a lot of expectation right now. You got to take care of the women, you got to protect them, you got to buy them food, you got to hold them, you got to nurture them, you got to do so many different things, and I'm just out of the game for the past 10 years. So trying to get back into it, sometimes I have the confidence that I'm ready, and sometimes I'm just like, "Ah, I don't think so. I'm not, so I just doubt myself sometimes. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh, well, you know what? This is so okay where you're at. So we are where we are, right? And You did the best you could. You had goals and desires back in the day that you did, and that was great. Now you're ready. Now the willingness to be ready, Nemo, is half your battle. So, do you need some more confidence? Probably, because you're doing something you don't normally do. Okay. So you're going to change, you're going to transition where you're going from always being about you. And now you're being like, ooh, now I got to think about somebody else. And the beauty of it is the fact that you even think you have to look after somebody else is so sweet. But I'm going to tell you what, most women today don't need you for your money. We don't need you for your paycheck, but we do need you. And so I think the important thing here is to first, Nemo, we got to understand you. Because if you start chasing all these women and you don't know who you really are, and you don't have that confidence to be like, you're lucky to have me and I can't wait to give to you, it'll be a harder struggle. So I love the position you're in and that I'm in your life. I love it. This is going to be so easy because what?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
Well, no, there's a little process I think we'll follow with your agreement, and you've got to tell me what's coming up for you, and then we'll be able to begin. But will you find love? Absolutely. Are you willing? Yes. And is it going to be challenging? Yes. But there's nothing you cannot handle because you are a man and you are in charge of your life. So let's get you everything you want.
Yeah, sometimes what I have doubts with sometimes I have the utmost confidence that, okay, you know what, I'm ready, I can do this. Then sometimes I'm like, oh, man, I can't meet this expectation. There's so many things. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm gonna do this. It's just I just feel like I'm gonna screw something up when I find that person.
Okay, so when you feel really confident and you're like, I can do this, what kind of things are you doing? What kind of things are you saying to yourself? Like, can you identify the places that you are when you're feeling really good versus when you're getting down on yourself about it?
Yeah, usually after this is funny, but after like an activity, like now
Mhm.
I feel confidence. I feel
Yeah.
like I just got off the soccer field. I'm ready. I'm like, anybody come in, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna do it. But after a while, then I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this or not. It's
Right.
like then I create doubts.
Yeah.
Then it just pushed me back,
Yeah.
backwards, and then I don't know what to do. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So this is what you're going to do. When you're feeling high flying and really good and powerful, you're going to start telling yourself, this is going to be easy. I can't wait to find love. I'm amazing. And so is the person that I'm going to attract into my life. Okay. So it's like, good, good, good. Your challenge is going to be when you don't feel so good, when your muscles aren't tight, when you're not off the floor, when you get out of bed and you wonder, what the heck do I have to offer somebody? So we got to make sure that those thoughts that you're playing in your head are of the good kind. None of this bad putting yourself down, you're not good enough. Why would anybody want you anyway? And so for a little while, I want you to start practicing your self-talk. The awareness of, because we're really hard on ourselves. And you have friends that are really hard on you too. I've seen it. You're hard on people.
No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you. But this is an internal game right now for you. This has nothing to do with your friends. So I need you to make sure you're your own best friend. And I'm telling you right now, it is the first place, that confidence, that love of yourself, that love of knowing you have lots to give. And no, you're not for everybody. That's okay. All you need is one. We don't have to learn about all the women. We just have to learn about the one woman that you do attract. We're going to get to know her and make sure that relationship goes and flourishes and is amazing. But this is the pre-work. This is the foundation stage. And so it's a beautiful place to be because you don't have a lot of junk in your trunk, let's just say, right? It's not like you're dealing with like 15 exes trying to knock down your door right. This is clear.
No, that'll be Mitch.
Yeah, well, whatever. We're all in different places. It's okay. But so right now, I just really want you to focus on building yourself up. And I need you to pay attention to where you're not so that when there's challenges, we clean that up. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of awareness. I'm not even asking you to change all your thoughts yet. That'll come later. First, you need to be aware of what's the shit you're telling yourself, the bad stuff. Keep all the good stuff, because that's really good. I want you to pump your tires. This isn't disillusionment. This is, we got to get rid of the freaking hurts that society has placed on us since we were born that said we're not enough. So you are enough, but me believing that doesn't help you. Okay. So number one, your self-talk has to be immaculate. You need to be on your side. Okay. So from now until the next time we meet, and I'll be checking in with you, how's that going? And you'll be able to tell me, man, I really put myself down about this, or maybe I have some cleaning up to do. We may have to go back a little bit to heal some stuff, but that's okay. Part of the journey. And you're telling me you want to go there here. So there's a little bit of a process, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to suggest some ideas, and you tell me how it feels in a week or two from now.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any roadblocks about that right now? Like, does something come up in your body where you're like, dang, I'm not doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just when I start having doubts, I just don't know how to switch it off. Just like you said, go back to the happy thoughts, and I'm gonna try to walk on that. But just sometimes it's challenging.
Hey, if it was easy, everyone would do it, and we'd all be thriving and successful, and there wouldn't be problems in the world. So let's own that it's going to take some work. So right now, think about a fridge. Now think about a cat. So you just did that, right? You went from a fridge to a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're powerful. What you tell yourself, it'll do. So when you hear bad thought, I'm not telling you to change it. You can if you want to jump ahead. But if you hear a thought that says, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to please a woman. Like, you got to be like, yeah, I can please a woman. And if I'm not sure I can, I better go research. I better go get on YouTube and find out how. But that's too far ahead. Okay. So just be aware. If you can tell me right now, what are some thoughts, and we can shift on changing them. What I like to do is, when I was like back in the day working on the things, I had to write down a whole list of things that I was replaying, negative things. And I was like, oh, dang, no wonder you don't feel good enough sometimes, girl. And then I had to change them because a lot of them weren't true. I was maybe told it once and I carried it. So again, and even for people watching, you're going to see that I'm probably going to be saying the same thing, because we all have the same issues. We have self-esteem issues. We have self-worthiness issues. And they came from somewhere, and it's not our fault, but it is our job now to be an adult and get over it. Heal it. Start believing better thoughts. Start creating new tapes. And there's so many resources out there. Subconscious reprogramming, meditation. But I don't want to give you too much, and I probably already have. I'm sorry. Okay. Just be aware of your thoughts for a little while. Just be aware of maybe how mean you are to yourself. That's a big eye opener. Or see how great you are to yourself. Let me know.
Okay.
Is that enough for now?
Yes, it is. Yes. I think I can live with that. Yeah.
I think it is too. Thank you.
Yeah, be kinder to yourself, Nemo. The three of us, we'll take care of the meanness. Okay, buddy? Here's to you.
They'll be your testers to see. They'll test you. Let's see what you tell yourself when they put you down.
I will tease you when it's appropriate to tease you, but when we're talking about something that really is hindering us, like what you're going to hear about mine here in a minute, I will be very supportive of you. And a negative mind frame, negative words, negative thoughts is a problem I have too, Nemo. So I'll always have your back, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mitch, let's get on to yours then, because I got to be cognizant of time.
Well, it's a good thing. We've got enough time, because really I'm perfect. I have no problems here. And nothing could be further from the truth. Actually, what I want to talk to you about, which is something I am aware of and I've constantly been working on, I don't really feel like I'm getting anywhere with it. I mean, I do, but I don't. And that is my self-worth and my self-esteem rises with the tide being success or money. So when I'm doing well, I'm far more extroverted, more confident, more outgoing. I'm more likely to approach a stranger and spark up a conversation. If I'm having tough time financially and I'm having to move things around, I don't mean just like a bad month. I mean where I'm having to move finances around and try and find out what I'm doing wrong. When I correct the behavior to try and increase or change the finances and it doesn't work, I really get down on myself. Hence the negative comments. And yeah, then I become very introverted. And I know none of you have seen that on the show for the most part. But yeah, that's a problem with me out in public. So I tie my self-esteem to my success.
Okay, so you're not alone. And here is
I know that.
Here is the patriarchy, right? And again, as men, this is what you were taught. Go do, go provide, and just do it, right? Nobody talked to you about how it felt, that it was scary, that every room you walk in, you get judged by, let's measure you, right? Never mind by women, by other men. So you're absolutely not alone. And that doesn't really help you, does it? You want it fixed. No. So of course we love external things to feel good, right? If I could have this, I'll feel better. If you would change, I'll feel better. But there comes a point in our life where we realize that we have to stop looking outside of ourselves. And I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a partner, a boat. It will never be the thing. And so I hope I don't turn people off when I say, I think what people are missing, this is from my own experience, is like a spiritual connecting place that can take you from your head to your heart. An actual belief that there is something inside you that maybe could help you instead of looking outside of yourself for it. Because people are fickle. You can't really trust people, but you can trust yourself. But it's never just you. That's the thing. You hear your voice, right? We just talked to Nimo about who's talking to you? I don't know. Pick your thing. I know what I do for me. I know what I call it, but I'm not here to tell people how to think and what to believe in. But pick something. Call it a name, call it you, call it God, call it your ghost of Christmas past. I don't care. But it's all about, Mitch, this is about alignment. This is about who am I really? Who is Mitch really? You're not your job. You're not your stocks. And if you wonder, take all that away. Just pretend it's all gone. Who are you? I know you'd be okay. I know you'd get another job. And I know all the people that love you would stand up and support you through it. So what's really the big thing going on? The only thing is you're tying who you are to what you do. And you just got to change that. And it's usually education, right? We got to learn. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you the way I get my full power is by connecting. So I use meditation. You can use quiet contemplation. I call it reflection. I call it go for a walk in nature. You're not getting your guidance. And maybe that's why it's starting to feel like it's outside, like I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this. So there's something about a spirit or our soul or something out there bigger that is trying to talk to you and trying to nudge you to say, think about that. But if you're too busy running around the outside world, you won't hear the voice. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
I do. I can't meditate. I probably can.
You choose not.
I can. It's not for me. When I want to get into my head and I want to leave my thoughts to myself, I get on the bike and I ride. And I make sure I don't have any time schedules or anything because I could be gone for an hour. I can be gone for 4 hours. Okay. I just like being on the bike. And that's when I can really think clearly.
Okay. So you are taking time to think.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it meditation though, but I mean, what do you feel the difference is? I mean, thinking versus meditating, sitting.
It's all about connecting. So see, for me, I can go for a walk and be in nature, but I've got my podcasts on or my music and I'm listening and I'm thinking about all sorts of things.
See, I don't listen to anything when I ride the bike. It's my head,
okay.
And only my head. Okay. When I think of yoga right now, I think of my favorite yoga position currently is downward spiral. See, so I need to get out of that downward spiral and get into some real yoga positions.
Okay. So can you please clarify for me now? Can you actually just clarify the question? What question do you have?
I would like to find the way I can release all my angst about worrying about where my next dollar is coming from. And it's not
Okay.
that I care what people think, because I don't.
No, we got to stop. I'll get sidetracked. Okay, so
Sure.
you have some worry, you have some anxiety, you have some fear. Okay, so if we break it down, there's two emotions, love and fear. Okay, so you either feel good or you feel bad. So fear is debilitating and then causes all sorts of things if we stay there too long.
Right.
So, and I think what you're saying is you've struggled with this a long time, and I think you've had enough because you know there's a better way. So what comes to me about fear is lack of trust. So do you feel like it's all in your hands? See, this is why I come back to that spiritual place. Do you think you're the one always running the show? You could quite
No.
literally say yes. Like, but you know things are outside of your control, right? The economy, you could get laid off.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might not want your widget, like whatever, right? But you're not what you do. So now we have to come back to, how am I going to do what I do with full trust that it's the right thing? And so maybe, I don't know, could you give me a concrete example of like a specific, because I want you to get a little bit of movement on this. You know, I want you to start feeling like there's something about what you're telling yourself, again, back to thoughts, that you're having a hard time trusting you're going to be looked after. But haven't you always figured it out?
For the most part. My biggest fear. So when I tell you I base everything on my success, it's not necessarily retirement or $1 million, because I'm not materialistic. As a matter of fact, I'm dwindling everything down and I'm becoming a minimalist. What I fear is not having the time freedom that I've had for the past few years. This year, I have not had the time freedom, and it's really just kind of freaking me out because I'm used to just getting up and going whenever I want. I'm used to having disposable income, and I have a savings, and I've been living on it. I'm a good budgeter, but I need more consistency. I need more consistency. I've been making more and more every year, doing what I do, and then this year, well, where we stand right now at the end of June, that'll break the cycle. So that's been in my head too.
So does that mean you have to let go of some of your freedoms and do more work to make the money?
I'm doing the same amount of work. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to double my work.
Okay.
To get some of my freedoms back. Yeah.
Right. And you know what? I think that's because that's how it's supposed to be. Like nothing stays the same forever. And I can relate to you. I'm in a place right now where I'm still good. And I'm like pretty much semi-retired. I'm going to go to lake when I want to, and I'm going to come back when I want to. And I talk to my clients from the phone or Zoom, right? But I don't want it to last that way forever, because there's a day that I want to be like busier. And then there's going to be times where I might have to then reconstruct, because maybe I don't want to be too busy, but have more freedom. So you had the taste of freedom and you really liked it, right? So you're getting some
It's addicting.
clarity. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. I could be easily retired tomorrow and not ever.
Yeah.
Like I do this for free, like easy. So that's really good, because you don't have any fear of retirement or any fear of who am I really. Like you freaking know you have a good life and you love what you just need the time to do it. So that's a really good thing. So let's celebrate the wins. But if that's changing, it needs to. Nothing stays the same forever. So as you go through, right, like the staircase is long, you need to make one step. But maybe what you can do is make more money in less time. Maybe I don't know what you do, Mitch, so I'm not really sure. But if you're trading your time for, your time for money, you've only got so much time. You got to give it all away to make the money you need to survive and to live your big, big life that you love to travel and stuff. So, there's just, you can't figure it all out right away. And it just depends on what your next step is. Like, but again, it's the thoughts in your mind that create things. And if you think it's going to be hard, it will be, just like that. And so it's not pie in the sky. I know it kind of sounds like, oh, just believe and it'll happen. No, there's work to do. But like, have you figured out what that path is? Like, do you know your next step? Like, do you know the job you're going to get?
Well, so I'm a realtor. I'm in real estate. And so my steps, my marketing is pretty much staying the same, and it hasn't worked for me this year. So I've changed my marketing. So I know the steps and I'm taking the steps. They're just not working.
Okay. Because
and that's the frustrating part.
So if you're not selling, you're not making money. If people aren't buying, you're not making money.
People aren't selling. People can't buy. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'd be cautious of what your thoughts are about it. If you think it's if you think it's a crap market, or you think it, like, when you have power over sales, because the thoughts you think about it can create abundance or scarcity.
Right.
And so I don't know if you've done any reading or research on, law of attraction and how thoughts create things, and, high vibration attracts really good things. Like, you really just need one big house with a big return, right? So it's like, just like, I know it sounds so stupid, you guys, but like, you got to see it. You got to believe it. You believe you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. People that say these things is because it's true for them. So if it's true for me, it can be true for you. Again, that's a really simple step, right? I'm not going to get into your marketing plan. I'm not here to like adjust your budgeting for your life.
Right.
But I can tell you the most powerful and easiest way is visualize it. Write it out. Get clear on how you want it to feel. And all of a sudden, there's these things that start happening. Synchronicities, people would call them. Like, a miracle is just it's a change in perception, I think, as A Course in Miracles would say. But like, it's all about just getting really clear and confident that you have power inside of you that will attract this stuff. And the worry, Mitch, that's created. That's man-made. That is some bad thinking on your part. That's all it is. You're going to be okay. And who gave you a guarantee that said you're always going to make $150,000 for, there's no guarantee. We move as we go. So we don't worry about the next 5 years. Worry about the next month. Okay, what do you need? And you're going to make it happen, because have you not always made it happen?
Yeah.
So that fear is kind of silly.
Sometimes I forget that.
Yeah. Do you think fear got you here today? No.
Yeah.
You did the damn work. And you're a man, and you're going to. And you're going to be just fine. So that's silly talk. But we do got to honor it, and we do have to look at it, and we got to release it. Just like Nimo's going to have to do. You got to start replacing some of those silly things you've been telling yourself about success, about how hard it is.
Yeah. It's all in our heads.
It starts there. I mean, there is action to do. I don't want to, remember, I'm not going to give you the full, like, not going to take you down the whole river. We're starting to just like lift the oars up, right? And let's get you in the right direction of, okay, we got to make some changes here. Change is good. Bring it. This could be exciting. Like, what's wrong with being excited instead of scary? They're kind of the same idea. They're the same physiological, feelings.
Yeah.
So just switch your story a little bit. See how that feels.
Well, I'll do that, Kristi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good stuff. Nimo, do you want to add anything before we go?
No, I got a lot to think about from Kristi, and I got to start working on my thoughts.
You and me both, my friend.
We all do. I do it on a daily. Like, this stuff you don't just get good and then you're done. It's a lifelong, it's just it's like getting the right training again, right? If you stop working out, you're going to not get the results. So it's not over. So that's why it's so important to get the pattern, get the new habit. It's just new habits, a good habit, good habits.
Good stuff, Kristi. Love talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time, helping Nimo and I out.
Anytime.
And for our viewers, if you wouldn't mind, take a look at our website. Kristi's got a few more videos on our site, Middle Age Still Single, on our YouTube site. So like and subscribe, and you can get all the Kristi you want. And if any of these things are bothering you, then this is good for you. And Kristi's talked about some other things, so you can find her on Mass, Middle Age Still Single. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.